Second day of the 7 beggars and 13 storks per masios. On the second day of the 7 days of celebration, this couple again remember the second beggar. Are you the devil one who enlivened them and gave them bread? And they were crying and longing. How can the devil beggar be brought here who enlivened us while they were longing after him? Behold, he came and said, I am here. And he fell upon them and kissed them and said to them, now I give you will freely that you will be like me, that you live a good life like me. For at first I blessed you with this, but now I give you my good life as a full wedding gift. And you think that I am deaf? I am not deaf at all. It is just that the whole entire world does not amount to me for anything, that I should hear their lackings, for all the voices are all from the lackings, for each and everyone cries out for his lack. And even all the celebrations that are in the world, all of them are only because of the lacking. That one rejoices over the lack that was lacking him and became filled. But by me the whole entire world does not amount to anything that I should. I hear they're lacking, for I live such a good life that does not have in it any lack. And I have consensus on this, that I live a good life from the land of riches. And his good life was he ate bread and drank water. He told them, for there is a land that has in it great riches, they have great treasures. One time they gathered together, and each one began to boast of his good life, how exactly he lives a good life. And so each and every one told of the order of his good life. I answered and said to them, I live a good life which is better than your good life, and this is the proof. For if you live a good life, let me see if you can save this certain country, become a being that there is a country which had a garden, and when in the garden were fruits that had all kinds of tastes that are in the world, and they have and they had all kinds of smells that are in the world, and in the garden there were all kinds of appearance, all the hues and all the fatent flowers that are in the world. All was there in that garden, and in charge of the garden was a gardener which they call an agrodnik, and the people of that country lived a good life via that garden. The gardener there had lost whatever was there in that garden, had to naturally have and perish, since there was no appointed one there, i.e. the gardener. But despite the years, they were able to live from the weeds in the garden. And a cruel king came upon that country, was not able to do a thing to them, so he went and spoiled the good life of that country that they had from the garden. And not that he spoiled the garden, just that he left in that country through 3 crews of servants, and he commanded that they should do what he ordered them. And through this they ruined the taste, for through what they did there, for through what they did there, for through what they did there, whoever wanted to sense a taste, it would have the taste of a rotten carcass. And likewise they ruined the smell, that all the smells would have the smell of galbanum. And likewise they spoiled the vision, that it should be dark in the eyes, as if there were clouds and mist. Everything was through what they did there, according to what the cruel king commanded. And now if you live good life, let me see if you can save them. And I say, oh, to you, all this is the words of above the deaf one. that if you do not save them, those wreckages of that country will harm you as well. The rich one started off to go to that country, and they also went with them. And on the way, each one also lived his good life, for they had treasures, as mentioned, when they came nigh to the country, there began to spoil also by them the taste and the other things, and they felt for themselves that it was spoiled with my said to them, if now, when you have not entered by them already, the taste, etc., is spoiled with you, what will be then when you go in there? And all the more so, how will you be able to help them? I took my bread and my water and gave it to them. They felt my bread and water, all the tastes and all the smells, etc., and all was corrected, that was ruined for them. And all was corrected, that was ruined for them. And the people of that country, i.e. the country where the garden was, started to look around through, repair the country that had the taste spoiled, etc. They decided, since there is a land of riches, i.e. that very land mentioned, that the beggars woke up. It seemed to them that the gardener who was lost, through whom they had a good life, who was from the same root as those children of the land of riches, who also had good life. Therefore the plan was to send to that land of riches, and they would surely help them. They did so, and they sent messengers to that land of riches. The messengers went, and they encountered them, i.e. the messengers crossed the children of that very land of riches, for they wanted to go to them, as mentioned. They asked the messengers, where are you going? They answered, we are going to the land of riches, so they should help us. They answered, we ourselves are people of the land of riches, and we are going to you. I said to them, I, the deaf one who was telling all this, said to them, don't you need me, for you cannot go there and save them. Mentioned above, therefore you stay here, and I shall go with messengers to save them. I went with them, and I went into the country in a certain city, and I came, and I came. And I came, and I saw that people came and said a word of mockery, which they call halvai. Afterwards, some more people gathered unto them, until some gathering was made, and they said some words of mockery, i.e. bezH, and they smiled and laughed, and I leaned my ear, and I heard them speaking foul speech. Another one says words of foul speech, and another one says in more fineness, and another laughs, and another enjoys it, and so on. Afterwards I went onward to another city in the country, and I saw two mortals fighting, each one with the other because of some transaction. They went to the courthouse for judgment, and the courthouse decided for them, this one is entitled and this one is obligated. And they went out from the courthouse. Afterwards they began again bickered with each other, and they said that they are not satisfied with this courthouse, and they just want another courthouse, and they chose them another courthouse. For since they were agreeable with that courthouse that they chose for themselves, they can have the case before them. They can have their case before them, and they held a case before the courthouse. Afterwards, again, one of them bickered with the other, and they chose themselves another courthouse. And so they were arguing and bickering there, and they chose themselves several courts, until the whole city was filled with courthouses. And I looked and saw that this was because there was no truth there. And one moment this one tilts the judgment and favors this one, and afterwards his colleague favors that one, for they receive bribery, and they have no truth. Afterwards I saw that they were full of actual fornication, and there was so much fornication there that it became by them as if permissible. And I said to them that because of this the taste and the smell and the vision was spoiled by them. For the year's cruel king left them 3 squads of servants, as mentioned above, which would go and spoil the country. That they went and spoke among them foul speech, and they entered foul speech amidst the country, and through foul speech the taste was spoiled. That all the tastes were taste of rotten carcass, and likewise they entered bribery in the country, and through this their eyes were darkened, and the vision spoiled for the bribery, blah blah blah, the above the wah-wah-wahs, and likewise they entered fornication in the country, and through this the smell spoiled. And see in another place in our words, the Kutumara 2:1-12, through fornication the smell is blemished, and so see to it to repair their country from these 3 sins, and to seek after these people and drive them out. And then when these 3 sins are repaired, not only will the taste, vision, and smell be repaired, but also the gardener that was lost can also be found. And so they did, nach, nachman, meuman, and they began to repair the country from these 3 sins. And they sought after the people, the agents mentioned above, and they would grab a certain man and ask him, from where did you come here? Until they caught the agents of the cruel king and drove them out, and they repaired the country from the sins. Meanwhile a noise was made, can it be he nonetheless? This insane one who goes and says that he is the gardener, and everyone holds him to be an insane one, and they throw stones at him and drive him away. Maybe despite this, because perhaps he is the true gardener. And they went and they brought him before them, before these who sat and repaired the country, and also he, the deaf one that is telling all this was there. And I said, certainly this is the true gardener, hence a country what was repaired by him. Hence I have consensus from the land of riches that I live a good life. For I have repaired the land, and now I give you as a gift my good life. Now I give you as a gift my good life. And a very great joy, and big gladness was made there, and they were very happy. And so all the beggars returned and came to the wedding, and gave a wedding present, whatever they first blessed them, that they be like them. Now they gave this as a wedding present. The first gave them as a gift long life, and the second gave them as a gift good life. Nanach, nachman, nachman, meuman.